There is a question that has been debated in DC Universe for years. Could Superman actually defeat Dr. Manhattan? In Doomsday Clock, their paths crossed. But they didn't fight, because the issue wasn't about the fists. It was about the fate of the reality itself. But what if they had to fight? Let's explore the scenarios that could actually give Superman a chance. Dr. Manhattan, originally Jonathan Osterman, was transformed after a quantum accident where his body was disintegrated and then reconstructed. After that, he could manipulate matter at subatomic level, perceive past, present, and future simultaneously, rebuild himself instantly if destroyed, and even rewrite the fundamental laws of reality. This makes him virtually undefeatable in the DC universe. And that's exactly why putting Superman against him feels like an impossible task. In stories like All-Star Superman, Clark once managed to hold a black hole in his hands. Theoretically, he could use one to trap Manhattan. But Manhattan can disassemble and reassemble his atoms at will. Even a black hole might not hold him. So black hole alone wouldn't be enough, but as part of a larger plan, it could be a critical trap. Manhattan's main advantage is seeing time all at once. He knows what Superman will do before it happens. But the Speed Force operates differently. It's a cosmic energy field that even Manhattan may not fully predict. If Superman moved inside the Speed Force time bubble created by Flash, Manhattan's vision of inevitability could blur. For the first time, Superman becomes unpredictable. Superman draws his power from Earth's yellow sun, but under a blue sun, his power skyrockets to nearly limitless levels. In this state, he could strike at the subatomic scale, potentially disrupting Manhattan's atomic cohesion. The risk? Manhattan can rebuild himself, so timing would be everything, a narrow window, but a massive opportunity. In DC Universe, Batman is the only hero with a plan for everyone. In the Tower of Babel storyline, he created countermeasures for every Justice League member. Dr. Manhattan's origin came from a quantum field experiment. Batman could redesign a field disruptor to destabilize that same energy. Combine that with Superman's punch, and suddenly the impossible looks possible. Batman isn't just a backup there. He could be the deciding factor. Superman's hidden weapon is Solar Flare, as known as Hyperblast, unleashing all his stored solar energy in one massive burst. This could scatter Manhattan's form, leaving him vulnerable while he reconstitutes. But the cost is huge. Superman becomes powerless afterward. It's a one-shot gamble, but in the right moment, it could work. Manhattan dominates physics, but magic doesn't play by the rules of physics. Characters like Dr. Fate, Zatanna, Constantine, or Raven could bind Manhattan with metaphysical chains. In that case, Superman's role wouldn't be just brute force. He would be the final strike after magic pulls Manhattan down. It shows that beating Manhattan could be more about allies than punches. At the edge of DC Multiverse lies the Source Wall, a barrier even gods cannot break. Manhattan may rule over physics, but the Source Wall represents law beyond physics itself. If Superman, with the help of New Gods technology, tapped into source energy, Manhattan's atomic mystery would be irrelevant. Because here, it's not about the rules of the game, it's about the rewriting codes of the game. In Doomsday Clock, Dr. Manhattan wasn't beaten by Superman at all. It was Ozymandias. He didn't use brute force, but strategy, manipulation, and intellect to outmaneuver Manhattan. If the entire Justice League applied that same chess-like mindset, Manhattan could be concerned. Sometimes it isn't fists that win, it's the mind. From a real science perspective, the Alcubierre Drive, a theoretical warp engine that bends space-time itself. If Superman entered a warp bubble like this, Manhattan might lose his perfect view of all timelines because the time inside the bubble flows differently. It could be Superman's most unexpected advantage, using real physics against a godlike being. In the end, no single move could take down Dr. Manhattan, but if you combine the black hole, speed force unpredictability, a blue sun boost, Batman's contingency plan, solar flare, magical allies, the source wall, and Justice League's strategy, even Dr. Manhattan might face defeat. And remember, Superman's greatest power isn't just his strength, it's hope. So what do you think? Could Superman really beat Dr. Manhattan? Let's talk in the comments.